How the hell are you ever going to level up as a man if the hardest thing you do is hit the gym on a routine schedule? You think that's enough? No danger, no fear, no real consequence. You're coasting, man. You'll never hit peak masculinity unless you've been through some real hard shit. And I mean real shit, things that break you down to build you back up. Man, the shit that made you the strongest version of yourself. It's always the fucked up shit that knocked you down. When the hell are you even testing yourself in your day-to-day life? What? You go to your lame-ass job, sit on your couch with your girl, play video games, and think you're doing something. Where's the fucking challenge in that? Where's the fight? Where's the grit? So ask yourself right now, when's the last time you really tested yourself? When's the last time you felt like the world was on your back, like you had no choice but to go all in? When's the last time you looked at a situation and thought, if I don't fucking crush this, I'm done? Some of you haven't even done that your entire adult life. Why? Because you're too damn scared of the consequence. You're dodging challenges because you don't want to get hurt. Everyone wants to be the man. Everyone wants to be the top dog, but they don't want to bleed for it. They don't want to suffer for it. And that's weak as hell. Even superheroes get it. Look at Batman. Why is he Batman? His parents were murdered. That pain shaped him. Only suffering can mold a man into something great. You need the hardship. You need to walk through fire. Ain't no shortcuts. Win or lose, you're a fucking hero if you just step up and fight. What the hell are you so scared of? You think a black eye is going to kill you? You'll heal. But when's the last time you even put yourself out there? When's the last time you actually earned that black eye? Hell, I miss getting punched in the face. Scared of getting in the ring. I was too, but I still did it. Being a man ain't about avoiding pain or fear. It's about doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. I don't give a shit about anxiety or panic. I'm not scared of feeling bad. Pain is essential to success as a man. It's like fucking fuel. There's only one path to real happiness, and that's through masculine strength. That's through eating pain for breakfast and becoming the best version of yourself. Pain is the flavor of life, and if you try to avoid it, you're missing the whole damn point. Men built on resilience, men who say fuck this and resist the bullshit, they're the kind of men that can save nations. You need to find something that scares the shit out of you, and then go do it. Simple as that. You think I like training? You think I enjoy this grind? Hell no, I hate this fucking shit. But guess what? This is war. I was born for this. I don't have a choice. I'm going to fucking kill. And that's the mindset you need. Pain is the ticket. You don't get to be strong without paying for it in pain. Here's the reality. You get to live life like a movie as a man. If you've got the balls, name one masculine trait that doesn't come from trauma or pain. You can't. People whine. I've had a traumatic life. And I say, good, you're fucking lucky you've had a traumatic life. That's your golden opportunity. The problem is, most of you out there are wasting that trauma. You let the Matrix convince you that your trauma is an excuse to stay weak, to fail, instead of using it to grow. But look at any man who's worth a damn. They all went through some serious shit. They went through pain, and that pain is what built them. Want to get strong? It's going to hurt. Want to get rich? It's going to be painful. Want to be important? Pain. Want to get good with women? You're going to get your heart broken. Over and over, you have to be ready for that. If you're not willing to embrace the pain, you're never going to be anything that matters in this world. I'll tell you something else. I can't get depressed because I never slow the fuck down. Speed is everything. Speed is how you win at life. You ever wonder how a plane stays in the air? It's moving too damn fast to fall. Same thing in life. If you're always attacking, always pushing, always moving, nothing can drag you down. You're making more money. You're traveling, new car, new ventures, podcasts, meeting people. Boom, boom, boom. You're always doing something and unhappiness can't catch you. Speed keeps you ahead of the bullshit. I wake up every day excited as hell, thinking about all the shit I get to do. Not I have to, I get to. That's the mindset shift you need. You complain, I have to go to work, change your fucking language. You get to go to work. Imagine not having a job, broke as fuck, begging for scraps. It'd be worse, wouldn't it? Oh, I have to fix the car. At least you've got a car to fix. Most people are walking, you're rolling in a ride you own. I have to get the kids. No, you get to pick up your kids who love you. Some people would kill for that. See how framing changes everything. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm full of shit like you said, but the way I frame my life keeps me winning, keeps me happy, keeps me fucking unstoppable. So if that's crazy, then good. I'd rather be crazy and happy than adopt the thinking of a depressed loser. You can sit there, call me full of shit while you're miserable, and I'm out here loving life. People will do anything to cover up their own laziness, man. Nobody wants to admit they're lazy, so they hide behind excuses like, that's a scam or I work smart. Not hard. Bullshit. It's all just a cover to avoid saying the truth. I don't want to fucking work. Do you believe in that work smart, not harder crap? I believe in both. Yeah. But here's the reality: most people try to skip straight to the smart work without putting in the hard work first. That's not how it works, bro. It's like talent. You don't know if you're talented at something until you've already put in the hard graft. I could be the most talented tennis player in the world, but if I don't pick up a racket, how the fuck would I know if I go to the court, some average Joe is going to kick my ass? You don't get to see your talent until you've worked so hard you're in the top 1%. And then you start beating the best because you've got some natural gift. You get it? Hard work comes first. No hard work, no smart work. So if someone's sitting there saying, I work smart, not hard, so I only need to work an hour a day, then, if that's true, work smart for 12 hours a day and get 12 times the results. I'm a fucking believer in hard work. I live it. I've got all this money, and what do? I work. My whole life is work. This podcast is work. I get in the car, head to another meeting, that's work. I hit the gym to stay in shape, that's work. It's all work. People want to talk about work-life balance and being lazy. I don't buy that crap. If you want to win, you've got to outwork the man who's willing to do nothing but grind. It's player vs. player out here. If you're sitting there saying, I don't want to work more than an hour a day, guess what? The guy who's ready to work 12 hours is going to smoke your ass. I don't care how smart you think you are. There's always someone just as smart, putting in more hours. That's the fucking game. Humans don't learn their lessons unless they're earned the hard way. We're wired that way. Look, you know some guy who's out there driving recklessly, nearly crashes his car again and again, and he won't slow down until he wrecks the damn thing. That's how people are, man. You need that pain to make the lesson stick. It's the same with everything, whether it's driving, business, or life. Pain is the only thing that burns it into your brain. If you want to be great, you've got to embrace that grind and that pain, or you'll stay stuck at the bottom. If you want to learn anything real about business, you're going to have to get punched in the face at some point. That's just how it is. People love to talk about how nobody's successful with their first company, blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you something. Plenty of people make a ton of money with their first business. But then what do? They blow it, act like fucking idiots, and the whole thing falls apart. That's where the discipline comes in on your fourth company. By the time you've got a few million sitting in the bank, you've learned your lesson. You leave that shit alone and don't act dumb with it. You need to go through the pain, the suffering, and take some hard hits. Trauma, failure, all of it. That's what teaches you the real lessons. You're not going to learn business from a book. Fuck business school. You need to get out there, make mistakes, lose money, have the taxman breathing down your neck, and handle the pressure. That's when you learn how not to screw it up next time. Most people are dumb enough that they only learn when it hurts. And let's be real, life doesn't have to be that complicated. You see someone with something you want, figure out how they got it. That's the part people are missing. Most see a guy with a Ferrari and think, damn, I wish I had a Ferrari. But they don't sit down for an hour and think, how did he get that Ferrari? They just keep wishing and go back to watching TV. That's why they stay broke. It's player versus player out here, bro. Nothing's given. For every dollar you make, for every pound you take, you took it from someone else. People don't get how money works. You're not some magician making money appear out of thin air. Every single dollar in your account came from someone else's pocket. And when I say take, I don't mean it negatively. Maybe you've got a coffee shop and you give someone a nice coffee in exchange for their cash that's still taking their money. So if you're in this game trying to take what's yours, why would you try to do it alone? What, you think you're Rambo? That lone wolf shit is dead. You need a team. It's player versus player out here. And if you want to win, you need your squad around you. Just like if you were out on the street ready to defend yourself, you'd want your boys backing you up. It's the same thing when you're trying to get rich. You need your crew. Now, let me be clear, those brokey days were some of the best times. Don't get me wrong, being rich is fantastic. I earned every fucking bit of this life. But without those broke days to compare it to, being rich wouldn't even be fun. It's the contrast that makes it worth it. The only reason a $10,000 steak is fun is because I can sit there and laugh, remembering when I didn't even have 10 grand in my bank until I was 27. Without that struggle, it's just another steak. The grind is what makes winning fun. If you're born with too much money, you'll never truly know what happiness feels like. You need those brokey days, man. Those were the best days because they make you hungry. I knew deep down I was going to be the best. I genuinely knew it. But this world is always telling you, don't be arrogant. Don't have an ego that's bullshit. When I had my Twitter, I cranked up my ego to the max because it was entertaining. But people hate when you talk with conviction, when you carry yourself like you're the fucking man. Society doesn't want you to have an ego. They think it's the worst thing in the world. But let me give you a cold, hard fact. The number one rule of the G mindset is believing you are the fucking man, no matter what. Your life will never get worse if you wake up every day, look in the mirror, and say, I'm the fucking man. There's nothing I can't do. I don't care how good you are at some shit. You could be a piano genius, but if I decided to play piano, I'd outplay you because I believe that. I don't just say this crap, I live it. When you go through life truly believing you are the man, there are very few downsides. Sure, people will call you arrogant. They'll say you've got a big ego, that you're in a hole. You might lose a couple of loser friends who gives a shit. You'll gain people who are on the same level. They'll see you and think, this guy's the fucking man. I'm the fucking man too. Let's get this money. That's the energy you want. So here's the first thing you need to do: start believing you're the fucking man, even if you haven't made it yet. Before I became world champion, I knew it was going to happen. When people called me arrogant, deluded, whatever, I just looked them dead in the eye and say, fuck you, I'm going to make it, and look at me now. My life came full circle, and it's because I allowed success to burn itself into my brain. Most people don't. I remember back when I had to walk to school, walking 4.6 miles across town like a peasant. One day I was with a group of friends, and this Ferrari sped past us. Everyone else just gawks like idiots, saying, oh, a Ferrari. But I was different. I turned to them and said, doesn't it piss you off that this guy's got a PS 300,000 car and will probably never have one? They didn't get it. They said, it's just a car. And I'm thinking, no, you idiots. It's not just a car. It's a symbol of something bigger. There's a life hack out there, and I'm going to figure it out. I want that car, and that's the difference between winners and losers. You've got to want it. Those little moments don't stick in most people's heads, but that Ferrari flying by me, that shit bothered me. It didn't just bother me, it fucked with me, man. It got into my core to the point where I decided I'm going to do whatever it takes to have one. Meanwhile, all the other people saw it and just kept on living their average lives. That's the difference. That's why I've got 6 or 7 supercars, and they're still driving their mom's hatchback. Those moments stuck with me. They ingrained themselves in my brain. And that brings me to the second rule of the G mindset. First, you've got to believe you're the fucking man. You have to believe you can achieve anything. And when I say that, I'm not talking out of my ass. I mean it. I'm going to say it again. You have to believe you're the fucking man. And you have to believe you can do anything. Now, am I saying it's going to be easy? No. Am I saying it's going to be quick? Fuck no. But you have to know deep down that you can achieve anything. Listen to me, I don't care what it is, whether it's being an astronaut, climbing Everest, or taking over the fucking world. Give me enough time to prepare, and I'll get it done. And I know that for a fact, because I know who the fuck I am. You've got to be sharp. You've got to understand that in this world, there are a ton of people out there doing shit you're not doing. And if that doesn't piss you off, then you're never going to do anything about it. That's the fuel. Right there. When that Aston Martin rolled up next to me while I was working that sales job, I was the only one who got pissed. When that Ferrari sped past, I was the only one who was angry. Everyone else, they weren't bothered, which is why they're still stuck in the same spot. If you're not fucking angry, you're not going to get where you need to be. And let me tell you, anger is a fucking weapon. It's energy. They tell you, don't be arrogant, don't get angry. Keep calm, bullshit. You're a man. You're a full-grown fucking man. It's perfectly fine to get pissed off at where you're at. Look at your life. Look at the girl you're with. Look at the house you're living in. Look at the car you're driving and get angry. Say to yourself, fuck this. I want more. I want a nicer house. I want a faster car. I want a better life. That anger is your weapon. Channel it, use it, and let it drive you to the top. That's why I walked away from fighting. People ask, why'd you stop fighting, Tate? Because I fought like hell to build this empire I've got now. I had nothing when I started. I fought to create this life with my mansions, supercars, and a rotation of women that make most guys jealous. So what the fuck am I fighting for now? Some fighters, yeah, they fight for different reasons. But for me, my motivation was that I was pissed at the world, and now I'm not as angry as I used to be. And that's why I retired. I'm still a beast, don't get it twisted. But the fire, it's not the same. And that's why I stepped out early. Bro, the first thing you got to believe, you're the fucking man. Walk like it, talk like it, and own that shit. Second thing, you need to get fucking pissed off at your situation. Look around you, bro. You don't own the house you're in. Get angry. The car you drive looks like shit. Get angry. You're not surrounded by 10 dime piece models. Get fucking furious. Stop sitting there like a loser accepting your mediocre existence. You've got a limited window as a young man, and you're wasting it. Time's ticking, and if you're rich at 60, it ain't the same as being rich in your 20s or 30s. I made my first million at 28. Where the fuck are you? You've got a few prime years and you're throwing them away. You should be looking in the mirror and saying, fuck this shit, use that anger because it's fuel. Rage is power if you direct it the right way. And let me tell you something, no one, absolutely no one, gives a fuck about you like you need to give a fuck about yourself. Not your parents, not your friends. They may care, but not enough to change your life. No one's coming to drag your lazy ass out of bed to grind, to put in the work, to get you a bad bitch or a Lamborghini. It's all on you. Here's the harsh reality: you're never going to get what you want unless you go out there and fucking take it. Nobody gives a fuck about you enough to hand you shit on a silver platter. This is the cold, hard truth. And for the record, I'm an atheist. I don't believe there's some higher power looking out for me or anyone else. No one's coming to save you, bro. You're born, you live, and if you're lucky, you get 70 years on this planet, maybe less if you're built like me. So what the fuck are you going to do with that time? You're the only person responsible for making your life what you want it to be. There's no God with a plan for you, no magical force pulling strings to make you rich or get you laid. No one wakes up thinking, how can I make this guy's life better today? No one gives a fuck about your success but you. So here's the thing: if you don't give a fuck about your own life, you're fucked. Get angry, and then understand that no one is going to hand you anything. Not politicians, not society, not anyone. Trump, Biden, whoever the fuck is president, it doesn't matter. The only person who can change your life is you, period. Listen, you're out here in this world alone. Completely brutally alone. And until you get that through your thick skull, you're fucked. 3 things you got to understand if you want to flip your life: no one's coming to save you. It's all on you. It's not a fairy tale, no knight in shining armor, no magic fucking bullet. It's all bullshit. You're pissed off about where you're at, good. You want to change it, even better. And here's the thing: you got to believe you can do anything. That's how your mindset comes together. That's how I thought when I was 18. That's how I went from being a nobody to a world-class athlete in no time. People can't figure out how I did it, always assume it's just about kickboxing. Fuck that. Kickboxing is not boxing, and I didn't make millions from it. I made 700 grand over my entire career in kickboxing. Now I've got 8 fucking million in the bank, and that didn't come from knocking dudes out in the ring. It came from hustling in other ventures. I was a world-class athlete and built a serious business empire at the same time because I knew the game young. At 18, 19 years old, I had my prime energy, my prime fire. I realized 3 things: I believed I could do anything. I was pissed I didn't have the life I wanted, and I knew nobody else was going to give it to me. That's the G mindset right there. If you're missing any of those 3, you'll never be successful. You'll never tap into your real power. You've got to believe, you've got to be angry, and you've got to understand it's all on you. And the clock is ticking, bro. You're 24 or 25 and not fucking rich yet. You need to start panicking. Look around, there are 24-year-olds out there with NBA contracts, rich kids, dudes making millions, banging Instagram models. And guess what? Those girls with 3 million followers, they're getting fucked by someone. And it sure as hell ain't you. That should piss you off. You need urgency in your life. You're running out of time. The clock doesn't stop. You want to be successful? I'll break it down for you. First, you need freedom. If you're not free, you're not a man. You can have a fat paycheck, but if you're not free, you're still a fucking slave. And don't come at me with, oh, but I get paid well, slaves got free food and shelter too, bro. Now you just get paid in dollars so you can buy your food and shelter, and you're left with jack shit, still a slave. Freedom is the first marker of success. You need freedom of time, do what the fuck you want when you want. Freedom of location, go wherever the fuck you want. There's a riot, cool. Fly to Tokyo, peace out. Off to Australia, see ya later. That's real freedom. Second thing, your network. Who are you connected with? Who's picking up the phone when you call? I've got 2 phones sitting right here, twins. I can call multimillionaires, and when they see my name pop up, they'll drop everything to take my call. They know if Tate's calling, it's not for some dumb shit. They'll be thinking money, 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 money. That's the kind of network you need. People who know that when you hit them up, it's about getting shit done. That's how you become a real man. Freedom and a strong network. Everything else follows. Listen, I can call up multimillionaires right fucking now. I could have the best idea in the world. Hit up a bunch of these guys and say, I need 100 million. Here's the plan. Boom, 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 boom. And we'd make it happen. You can't do that. Why? Because you don't have the right connections. You don't have freedom or the network that matters. That's the difference between you and me. First, freedom. Then your network. And once you've got those 2 things locked in, you move on to the aesthetics of life. Here's the thing. If you want people to see you as successful, you need to have presence. You need to carry yourself like a fucking boss. Body language. Physicality. Because let's be real, a man who's not dangerous, a man who doesn't have physical presence, will never be seen as truly successful. You could be sitting there saying, oh, I'm successful, I've got money. Yeah, well, guess what? I'll fucking break your neck. Look at my hand. I'm a G. I could grab you by the throat, choke you out, and you'd be dead. Who's successful now? I'm still breathing, and you're not. So who's winning You can't be a little bitch and claim success. I figured this out young. I knew that if I wanted to level up, I needed to surround myself with winners. I was sitting there at 21, 22 years old thinking, I need a network of high-value men, not just rich guys, but driven men. Men on the grind. I needed to learn from them, work with them, and find a way to become one of them. Next up, physicality. I needed to be big, strong, and dangerous. That's how the world respects you. And you've got to be able to show that without saying a word. Your presence should scream, I'm not the guy to fuck with. Add beautiful women who are obsessed with you into the mix. That's how the world knows you're the top dog. I knew this by 21, 22. A lot of you out here are older than I was when I figured this out. You're sitting there thinking, yeah, Tate, you're right. But it never crossed your fucking mind. You've been too busy jerking off to Pornhub instead of thinking about what you really need to do to get ahead. These are the things you need to become a high-value man. Freedom, network, physicality, women. And then, when the money comes in, you've got freedom of location and time. Now you're truly successful. Your mentality is tied directly to your reality. Weak mind, weak life. Most people are stuck with weak bodies, weak networks, weak bank accounts, weak relationships, and surprise, they've got a weak mind too. Of course they do. It's all connected. Imagine if you had a crew of soldiers around you, men who'd ride or die with you, no questions asked. You're strong as fuck, and your woman worships you. She's never leaving because she knows you're the top guy. When you have that kind of power, that kind of loyalty, your mindset would be unbreakable. Your mentality would be solid because your life is solid. So when someone comes to me whining, I doubt myself. I look at them and I know exactly why. Yeah, of course you doubt yourself, you little fat piece of shit. You're weak. You're stupid. No wonder you're doubting everything. What do you expect? You haven't earned the right to feel confident. Then they hit me with the dumbest shit like, hey, Andrew, how do I get a six-pack fast? Why the fuck does it have to be fast? Why does everything in your life need to be easy? Why can't it be hard? Why can't it be painful? Let me tell you something. Suffering is what gives things value. If everyone had a six-pack and it was easy to get, no one would give a fuck about it. The reason it's valuable is because it's hard. The pain, the struggle, the grind, that's what makes it worth something. You want something valuable, you've got to go through hell to get it. The fact you even want it quick and easy shows your whole mindset is fucked. Stop thinking about shortcuts, start thinking about pain, suffering, hardship, and tell yourself this is going to be tough, but I'm going to fucking do it anyway, because when you come out the other side, people will know you went through something real. Why do you want it quick and easy? And don't get me started on this whole idea of success. People throw that word around like it means something. Oh, this guy's successful. No, most of these guys are full of shit. Let me paint a picture for you. Let's say you're working at a company, you grind through school, go to college, get a degree, work your ass off, climb the corporate ladder, and now you're the boss. You're pulling in $50,000 a year, got yourself a company, BMW, wearing a suit every day. Everyone in that office does what you say. You're successful, right? Fuck no. Here's the truth outside that building. Nobody gives a fuck about you. You're a nobody. Your so-called success is tied to that one shitty company. And guess what? When you leave, you're irrelevant. You go home, and your wife doesn't even want to suck your dick because you're fat, and you never made time to hit the gym. You think a BMW is something to brag about. That's basic shit. I'm rolling in supercars, and you're out here thinking you've made it. You're nothing. That's what people don't get. You're not successful just because you've got a title or a fucking car. Real success is being untouchable in every area of life, money, power, body, mind, women, everything. Success isn't just about stacking cash or being the top dog in your job. You don't need to be killing it at work to have money in the bank. Success for a man is about owning every realm of your life physically, mentally, financially, everything. You feel depressed? Good. That's your body and mind screaming at you to get your shit together. So you come to me with that I'm depressed nonsense, and I better see a fucking list of what you're smashing every day. Sitting around popping pills, laying in bed like a weakling, fuck that. If you're unhappy, it means you're not doing enough. Get off your ass and start doing something about it. Depression is fuel, it's fire, and it's your responsibility to burn through it. The world's feeding you bullshit like, oh, you're depressed, take some time off, take a pill, relax, fuck that soft shit. You depressed, then go fucking harder. Run until your legs give out, hit the gym, lift heavier, stack more cash, bag more girls. You don't beat depression by sitting around, you outwork it. Outfight it. I've always believed that real men understand this action beats inaction every single time. Like Patton said, a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. You've got to move, and you've got to move, and you've got to move fast. Sitting around, talking about it, hoping for shit to change. Yeah, let me know how that works out for you. Last time I checked, waiting around never filled up anyone's bank account. Most people's problems today are all in their fucking heads. Yeah, I'm not denying that mental issues exist, but let me tell you this, the only thing you truly control in this life is your mindset. You can't control your health, you could get hit by a fucking bus. You can't control other people, the weather, none of that, but you can control how you react, how you feel, and how you think. Someone tells me I get anxious, I'm shy, so fucking what? Nobody gives a shit. Do it anyway. The world doesn't care if you're scared. If you drop dead tomorrow, no one would blink. The sun's still going to rise, people will still go to work. So why the hell are you sitting there worrying? When people come to me crying about how they're not happy, I'm like, why the fuck should you be happy? You're a grown-ass adult, not a kid chasing shiny things and laughing like a moron. This idea that we're all supposed to be walking around giggling like we're 3 years old is complete and utter bullshit. You're a man now. You've got responsibilities, pressures, and real fucking problems to deal with. Happiness, that's not your priority, especially as a man. Women, yeah, they've got it easier. The world expects them to be happy, to be smiling. Society allows them that luxury. But as a man, your job is to fucking perform. Don't wake up asking, how do I get happy today? You wake up thinking, how do I crush the day? How do I dominate? Happiness, that comes later after you've done the work. If your only mission is to feel happy, you're going to end up living a weak, meaningless life. A man of substance isn't chasing happiness, he's chasing results. You think Tyson was smiling and feeling warm and fuzzy inside while he was breaking bones in the ring? Fuck no. He wasn't happy, he was focused, disciplined, and dangerous. That's how you get to the top. The world tells you happiness is the goal. That's why you see men wasting their lives, popping pills, shooting up, looking for that quick hit of dopamine because they can't handle real work. They're chasing happiness like fucking junkies. Motivation. Motivation is fake. It's a fairy tale for the weak. You think I feel like getting up and training every day? Hell no. But I do it because I'm disciplined. Discipline is real. Motivation is for women, for people who only do what they feel like doing. As a man, you do what needs to be done. That's the difference. It's player vs player in this world, my friend. Every day I wake up and work, even when I don't want to. You hit snooze, roll over, and stay a peon. You think you stand a chance against men like me? You're already fucking done before you even step out of bed. If you look in the mirror and can't see that you're soft, that you're prey in a world full of predators, and that doesn't light a fire under your ass to change, then you're finished. No need to ask for advice because you already know what to do. If you want to stay weak, fine, stay weak. But I refuse. It's an insult to my bloodline, to my ancestors who fought and bled for their name. I'm going to honor that. You either step up or step aside. This is on you, my friend. Yeah, maybe you feel fired up for 10 minutes after this, but guess what? That fire isn't going to burn forever. You've got to set systems in place. You need discipline. Like Justin says, you need to build an atmosphere around you of people who'll hold your ass accountable, who won't let you keep being a fucking nobody. That's how you'll fix your life. Otherwise, guess what? You're going to stay a nobody, simple as that. Hey, Andrew, how do I get a six-pack quick? What's the best, fastest way to get ripped? Why the fuck does it need to be quick? Why does everything have to be easy for you? Why do you think life is all about shortcuts? Why can't it be hard? Why can't you suffer? Because that suffering is what gives it value. If everyone had a six-pack and it was quick and easy, nobody would give a fuck. The whole point of a six-pack or anything worth having is that it's difficult to get. Value and difficulty are connected. You want something valuable, it has to be fucking hard to get. Instead of thinking about quick and easy, you should be thinking about suffering, pain, and pushing through the hardest shit. That's where your focus needs to be. Yeah, it's going to be brutal, but when it's done, people will know you went through hell to get there. And that's why it matters. Nobody, absolutely nobody, gives a fuck about you like you need to. Nobody's going to fix your life for you. Nobody's dragging your lazy ass out of bed, pulling you to work, and forcing you to grind. Nobody cares enough. You want something, go fucking get it. The only person who's going to make your life what you want it to be is you. Nobody's coming to save you. People always ask, what motivates you, Andrew? That's a dumb fucking question. I was a 4-time kickboxing world champ, and I trained 5 hours a day, 6 days a week, for 12 years. You think I felt motivated every day? Fuck no. Maybe 25% of the time I was motivated. The rest, it was pure discipline. If I wake up feeling like shit, guess what? I still hit the gym. I still work. My feelings have no impact on my actions. We're adults. We've got responsibilities, problems, and pressure. You don't need to be happy to perform. Happiness comes after you've done the work. If all you care about is being happy, you're going to live a shallow, empty life. You'll never be a man of substance. The amount of shit you can take, the stress you can shoulder, that's what separates the winners from the losers. You crumble under pressure, then guess what? You're never making it. There's no path to the top that doesn't come with stress. The more stress you can take, the better your life will be. Simple stress tolerance is everything. Weak minds, weak results. Look, You can't control shit in this world. You can't control the weather. You can't control people. And sometimes you can't even control your own health. But the one thing you've got full control over, your fucking mind. If you don't control your mind, life's going to blow you around like a feather in the wind. You'll be reacting to everything like some weak bitch instead of taking charge of your life. I can't imagine wanting to quit something and not being able to do it. That's weakness, plain and simple. People tell me, I want to quit smoking. I ask, when? And they go, soon. Well, then you don't really want to quit, do you? You're just pushing it off. If you want to do something, you fucking do it. If your mind is so broken that you can't even control what you want to do, then you're right, you're a fucking peasant. And peasants stay peasants. Kings control their minds. Peasants don't. That's the hierarchy. Always has been, always will be. But the key to life, control your mind, and life gets fucking easy. People look at me and ask, Tate, how do you stay in shape when all you do is drink vodka, travel, and never go to the gym because I control my mind? If I decide I'm doing 1,000 push-ups, I don't care how long it takes. I'm doing them. Maybe it's one at a time. Maybe I need breaks, but I'm hitting that number because I said, so my mind runs the show. Everyone knows what they need to do, either control your mind or your mind controls you. It's learned. It's taught. It's something you decide. All the weak people out there, they've got excuses. They're popping pills, lying in bed, complaining about being depressed. Depression is the ultimate fucking motivation. If you're unhappy with your life, good. Do something about it. I expect results, not excuses. People are told the opposite. Oh, you're depressed. Take it easy. Take some pills. That's loser talk. Your problems are in your head. And I'm not saying mental conditions aren't real. But what I'm saying is the only thing on this planet you've got real control over is your mind. Can't control the weather, can't control other people, but you can control how you view the world. And that shapes everything. How you act, how people see you, how you move through life, all of it starts with how you control your mind. As a man, you have to believe you can achieve anything. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it won't take a shitload of work. But you have to believe you can do it. And yeah, people always agree when I say you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. They nod their heads like they get it. And then what do? Keep hanging around with losers? Why? Why the fuck would you surround yourself with people who don't inspire you? There comes a point where you've got to sit down and say, all right, you're my friends. We've had some good times, but I'm on a different path now. You've got to leave some people behind. That's just how it is. If you came and hung out with me and my crew, you'd feel self-conscious as fuck. And that's good. It would push you. It would force you to level up. You don't feel that with your current crowd. That's why you're stuck, man. No discomfort, no growth. When I was broke, I was hungry for money like I needed air. People laugh when I say that, but I'm dead serious. Everyone says, I want to be rich, but they don't want it bad enough. It's like saying, I want to ice skate. Sure, if you could snap your fingers and be an ice skater, you would, but you're not going to get off your ass and actually train because you don't want it that much. That's exactly how people treat money. Everyone wants it handed to them, but if you really wanted it, you'd be up all night chasing it. When I had nothing, I was laser focused. Nothing could distract me from getting what I wanted. Most of you aren't hungry enough? Here's the truth. Life, when you're young, is your prime time to get rich and enjoy it. You've got maybe 10, 15 years to figure it out and live that good life. You've got to get moving fast. You can't sit around saying, I want to make money. No, you've got to start saying, I'm going to take money, you take money. You don't just wait for it to come to you. Money is like water. It's always moving. It's not some static thing. You need to figure out where that money's flowing, stand right in its path, and take it. That's how it works. But most people, they've got dreams, no plan. And a good plan today beats the perfect plan tomorrow every time. You've got to stop talking and start acting. Sitting around hoping isn't going to change a damn thing. Living in a dream isn't going to help you. You need to be panicking. You need to be worried as fuck that you don't have enough money. That panic, that fire under your ass is what'll make you move. That's how I started my first business. I was sitting there pissed off and desperate, and I came up with an idea that made me $1 million. The problem with most people is they see someone with what they want, a Ferrari, a mansion, whatever, and they stop there. They say, I wish I had that, but they don't sit down for an hour and think, how did he get that Ferrari? That's where they fuck up. They stop at envy. They go back to watching TV, and that's why they lose. You need to get it through your head that out there. Right now, there are people doing insane shit that you're not doing, and that should piss you off. You should be angry that they're out there winning while you're sitting around. Because if it pisses you off, you'll start to move. Anger is fuel. Use it, direct that shit in the right direction, and you'll go far. Look, this little talk, you'll be hyped for 10 minutes, but hype fades. You need systems. You need discipline. You need to surround yourself with people who won't let you stay a fucking nobody. They'll hold you accountable. That's how you fix your life. Otherwise, you're stuck. You're a nobody, and you'll stay a nobody. Let's be real, if you were really angry about where you're at, you wouldn't need me or anyone else to motivate you. You'd be fired up on your own. Motivation isn't real. Everyone's out here talking about motivation like it's magic. No, it's bullshit. Discipline is real. You think I feel like training every day? Fuck no. But I do it because I'm disciplined. You don't get to coast through life doing only what you feel like doing. That's a loser's mentality. You see me driving my Lamborghini, right? People stare like I've landed from another planet. How'd you get that car? Well, it sure as hell wasn't by working a normal job. You're not getting a $300K car with a 9 to 5. But guess what? There are trillions of dollars out there. Trillions. Every building you pass, every street in any city you're driving past, millions. Every skyscraper, every apartment, someone owns it. The money's everywhere. You just don't have any. And that's the thing. There's a little club out there, and you're not in it. You're stuck inside the matrix, working like a slave, and they're outside living free. The reason they're outside living it up is because you're grinding inside the matrix for them. You're building their roads, filling their gas, doing all the shit they don't have to. Look at me in my Lamborghini, driving around in the sun. I didn't build this car, you did. I didn't pave these roads, you did that too. You're working inside the system, making it all happen while I'm enjoying the spoils. That's the difference between us. So stop dreaming and start doing. Do you really understand what the fuck is going on? The rich are living off the backs of the poor, and it's always been that way. That's exactly how this matrix was built by design, to keep your ass trapped inside. You think you're free, but the truth is, you're just another cog in their machine. If you wake the fuck up and get out, there is no more matrix. But then who the hell is going to pump their gas? Who's going to build their roads? Do you get it now? These rich folks ain't smarter than you. They're not working harder than you. They're just average, but they escaped. Let me tell you something. A lot of people outside this bullshit matrix were born into rich families. Sure, but others like me found the fucking exit. This whole grind culture, it's not the secret to getting rich. Listen carefully. It's not about busting your ass harder than everyone else. Poor people, they already work harder than anyone. And guess what? They're still broke. It doesn't matter if you're digging till your hands bleed if there's no fucking gold where you're digging. It doesn't matter how hard you grind if you're doing the wrong shit. So if you're sitting there thinking, but I'm already working hard, why ain't I rich? It's cause you're hustling the wrong way. Wake up. I'm rich as fuck. I still work hard. Yeah, but not like I used to, because now my life is on another level. Think about this for a second. Everything you know, where the hell did you learn it from? All those thoughts, opinions, views you've got, where did they come from? Your parents, school, your friends, TV, fucking YouTube, the internet. They filled your mind with this shit. You are nothing but a product of the environment they built for you. You see, here, experience shit, and over time, it becomes what you think is the truth. Now, let me ask you something. All these people who've been feeding you this garbage, all these folks who've been programming your damn brain, do they know how to get rich? Are they rich? You're going to school, sitting in a class learning business from some broke-ass professor. You're doing an MBA thinking that's the key. But are these people rich? Hell no, they're stuck in the same fucking matrix. They don't even realize it. They're fish in water, completely blind to what's right in front of them. That's the fucking matrix. Most people living in this system don't even realize it exists. That's why they'll never escape. Anyone who isn't rich can't teach you how to be rich. If they knew the game, they'd already be winning it. And you know what rich people don't do? They don't waste time teaching you how to get rich. Why the hell would they? They're living their best life, stacking cash, flying private, and eating at the best restaurants. Life begins when you're rich, man. You're out here hoping to grind your entire fucking life just to maybe get rich at the end, then you die. That's a game over. But true life starts when you're rich. Life starts when you're waking up in luxury, eating the best food, staying in the best places, and doing whatever the fuck you want. Until you hit that level, you're a slave to the system. Let me make this shit real clear. University is one of the biggest scams out there. Modern university, straight up robbery. They're charging you 100 fucking grand to sit in some room and listen to a professor who's still broke as fuck tell you how to be successful. Maybe these fools make $150,000 or $200,000 a year, but that's pennies to me. They can't even touch my lifestyle. They sure as hell can't afford my cars, my houses, or the way I live. And yet, these broke-ass professors are out here telling you how to be successful. Fucking laughable. And don't get me wrong. Your friends, your family, they mean, well, right, they want the best for you, but let's be real, just cause they love you doesn't mean their advice is worth a damn. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. These people are still trapped inside the matrix. They've never been rich. They've never made it to where you want to go. So how could they possibly tell you how to get there? It's like trying to get directions from someone who's never even left their own neighborhood. Here's the difference I've made it. I've climbed to the top of the mountain, and I know the fucking path. If someone's never been to the top, they can't tell you shit about how to get there. That's your university professor. That's your friends. That's your family. They're all out here telling you to make money, save money, get a good job, but they don't have a fucking clue I've done it. You've seen me, I show you how much money I'm making and how much I'm spending. It'd be easy for me to bullshit about what I make, but you can't fake what I'm spending. It's all on video. I'm making massive amounts of money because I escaped the matrix. And what does the matrix tell you? Go to school, get a job, work hard, climb the corporate ladder, save up for a mortgage, maybe throw a little into the stock market, put some into your pension. That's the garbage they've been feeding you your whole life. You've heard this shit 1,000 times. How many people do you know who followed this common knowledge and now own a fleet of supercars? How many people got 17 fucking supercars sitting in their garage from this advice? Not a single one. None. Zero. You know why? 'Cause common knowledge doesn't fucking work. If it did, it wouldn't be common. It'd be rare as fuck, and you'd be sitting here with a bank account like mine. And that's the thing. This is the same bullshit advice people tried to sell me. I was told the same crap. But guess what? I didn't listen. Why? Because the people giving me that advice, they weren't fucking rich. I looked at their lives and thought, why the hell would I listen to you? You're not living the life I want. I didn't aspire to be like them, so I didn't listen to their bullshit. And that's exactly why I'm where I am now, and they're still stuck in the matrix. Let's get real for a second. If the people around you ain't living the life you want, if they ain't got knowledge you're chasing, then why the fuck are you listening to them? You're wasting time. If they're not living exactly how you want to live, or they don't have something you admire, there's nothing you can learn from them. All these people feeding you advice, trying to teach you shit, they got nothing to show for it. Why the hell are you letting them fill your head with their bullshit? And let's say you don't even want supercars like me. Cool, I don't care. Take that $10 million and blow it on wine, stamps, or traveling the world. The point is, it isn't about the cars. It's about having the fiscal freedom to do whatever the fuck you want with your life. That's the level everyone should be striving for. If you don't want that, the only other option is straight up slavery. You know the type. The people who say, I don't care about money. I'm happy with my job. I've got enough to eat. I don't mind being told what to do. Good for you, slave. I need someone to build my roads and pump my gas, so go ahead and keep that mindset. But me, nah. I'm about living free. I've got one life, and I'm going to live it on my terms. No boss is going to tell me what week of the year I'm allowed to enjoy myself or what time to wake up. Fuck that. Here's the real problem every second of every day. You're being programmed to stay a slave. Your entire existence is programmed. Everything you hear, everything they teach you in school, what you see on the news, social media, all of it is built to keep you in line. They tell you about wealth creation, politics, governments. It's all designed to make sure you keep busting your ass for low wages, get taxed to death, and never fight back. You're being programmed and it's constant. But listen, the Matrix ain't some iron-barred prison. It's not about locking up your body, it's about locking up your mind. They've got you in a mental jail through programming. They keep you dumb, keep you suspicious of shit that could actually free you. They don't want you to understand that there's no joy without pain, no sunshine without rain. Life's got ups and downs, that's how it's always been. And as a man, you've got to build yourself. I won't argue. Society puts huge pressure on men. But guess what? It's time to perform. As a man, you either get shit done or you don't. There's no safety net for us. The men who say, I don't feel like it today, get crushed by the men who show up no matter what. It's player versus player. The guy who hits the gym every day, rain or shine, will always beat the dude who only goes when he feels like it. This world, it's all about competing, and if you aren't in the game, you're already losing. Listen, a good man controls himself. I have absolute self-control, and that's what separates winners from losers. Emotional control is everything. As a man, you can't be out here letting your emotions dictate your actions. There are principles you follow no matter how you feel. I don't give a fuck if I wake up pissed off, sad, stressed, or hurting. I will still get my shit done the same way I would if I woke up feeling like a king. My emotions don't change my duty to myself. I'm locked in because that's how a man is supposed to operate. And let's be clear, there's no light without dark. You don't appreciate your success, your six-pack, your wealth, unless you earned it through the struggle. That's the fucking deal. So when dudes hit me with the same weak-ass excuse, Tate, it's hard, no shit. It's hard. It's supposed to be. Life isn't designed to be easy. And if you're not built for that grind, then fuck off and live a boring-ass life. Go ahead and let real men enjoy the rewards while you fade into nothing. Just exist. Then die unremembered, that's your choice. But if you want more, if you want to level up, you need to get your ass in gear. You need to be around brave men, men who aren't afraid to go after what they want. You need to grow a pair. Get your network tight. Humble yourself. Drop the ego and listen to the truth. That's the game. I wasn't born this way, bro. I built myself brick by brick. And any one of you can do the same. I was always trying to break out of that 9-to-5 trap, the monotony of day-to-day life. Men walk a unique path. It's hard as fuck to achieve real status. It's not easy to stand out in this world, especially with everything that's expected of a man. You've got to be smart, charismatic, strong, rich, have the right car, the right apartment, the right network. You've got to handle stress like a boss. There are so many things a man has to master. For young men, it's overwhelming, but that's the grind. You've got to level up in every area mentally, spiritually, physically. It's like a video game. You've got to work on every stat to max out your potential. Once you've got that unlimited money, then you can start ticking off the rest of the boxes. It's all about stacking knowledge and skill. So when dudes ask me, how do I make women respect me? I flip it right back on them. How do you respect yourself? That's the first step. Nobody, including women, is going to respect you if you don't even respect yourself. How do other men treat you? Do they respect you? Because respect isn't just handed out. It's earned. Focus on leveling up, becoming a high-value man, and women will pick up on that energy. It's not complicated. The key is this: respect yourself first, and the world will follow. When a woman sees a man respects himself and other men respect him too, she falls in line. But here's what you need to get: this world you live in has been purposely constructed to crush your masculine power. They want you weak, soft, and controllable. But if you break out, if you take charge of your life and become the man you were meant to be, you'll dominate in every arena. It's player versus player out here, and only the strong survive. Look, let me make this clear: the future, especially in the West, is all about taking away your freedom, your independence, your natural instincts, the shit that actually makes you happy. They don't want that for you. Nobody gives a fuck about male happiness. They want you as a miserable, compliant slave stuck in a tax bracket. You need to wake the fuck up and realize this. The only way you're going to fight back is by taking serious action, not half-assed significant fucking action. They're using the internet to brainwash everyone to keep you locked into the matrix. But here's the thing: you can use their own tool against them. The internet is there for you to find the truth, to find the right knowledge, to surround yourself with the right people. You've got to build your own circle, your own network of high-level achievers. Understand this: you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So why the fuck are you hanging around with losers? You need to curate your circle ruthlessly. If you're smart, you'll pick people who are fighting the same battles as you, who see the matrix for what it is. That's the most basic principle of being a man, and they've tried to destroy it in real time. Society is telling you to act on your feelings, to be emotional. They want men to cry, to be soft, to talk about their feelings like it's some badge of honor. I'm not saying you can't cry, but the reason they're pushing this emotional bullshit is because they know most of the time you don't feel like doing what you need to do. And that's the problem. The real masculine frame, the real man throughout history, did the shit he didn't want to do but knew he had to do, that's called duty, that's called honor. When you take self-control away from men, you don't just get weak, emasculated dudes, you get dangerous, unstable men. Men with no purpose, no mission. And let me tell you something, there are far fewer high-value men out here than there are pretty girls. You walk into any club, any country, I don't care where you are, there are plenty of pretty girls. But how many young, rich, smart, tall, and shaped men do you see? Damn near none. And the ones that do exist, they've got options. They've got more options than any beautiful woman. Here's the brutal truth: there have always been a lot of men content with staying where they are. In the past, it wasn't that bad for them. But as we push forward into the future, if you're not leveling up, if you're not chasing greatness, if you're not building a killer network of achievers, life is going to be a nightmare for you. There's no middle ground anymore. Either you strive for excellence, or you get left behind, stuck in a life of mediocrity and misery. You choose. You used to be able to just be a regular-ass dude, and life wasn't that bad. You could blend in, go to work, come home, rinse, repeat, and nobody really gave a shit. But that ain't the world we're living in now. Nowadays, being a normal dude, that's not even an option anymore. It's dead. You can't just sit back and coast, hoping things will work out. If you're a man and you're not doing something to improve your status, to build yourself up, you're getting left the fuck behind. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to level up, but let's be real: if you're a man without any status in society, your life's going to be hard as hell. You're at the bottom of the barrel, so you got to wake the fuck up and start gearing your life in a direction that puts you in control. One of the easiest ways to gain status: who you know. Networking, baby. It's all about building connections. If you know the right people, you can at least start climbing that ladder, maybe not to the top right away, but you'll make moves. Every single man on this planet with enough grit and grind can become high status. That's the good news. But you've got to put in the fucking work. Bro, it's a few things. There's the obvious shit: money, success. Yeah, but let's talk about the core. You want to be high value, you better be capable of violence straight up. You know why? Because women are hardwired to want a man who can protect her. She ain't gonna give a shit if you've got money, a nice car, or a fat bank account if she knows any guy can step to you and knock your ass out. Being able to defend yourself and what's yours, that's what gets respect. And we're living in a time where men are soft as hell. We talk about all these problems in the world, feminization of men, weak leadership, whatever, but you know what it all boils down to? Cowardice. Masculine fucking cowardice. Men are scared to be men. Scared to take a punch. Scared to handle their shit. You can't fake being a real G. You can't imitate it. You have to earn that shit by going through pain. Real trauma. You think you can walk around pretending to be a boss, acting tough? Nah. You got to go through some real shit to become the kind of man that commands respect. Too many dudes are trying to fake it, thinking they can play the game without ever becoming the man. That's not how this works. You need to suffer. You need to embrace that pain, that discomfort, that trauma, because that's the only way you're going to come out the other side as someone worth a damn. That's where real value is born, from suffering, from struggle. Every woman, if you ask her to describe her ideal man, will tell you the same shit. She wants a dude who makes her feel safe. A man who's dominant, who's smart, who's interesting, who's got his shit together. That doesn't happen by accident. You think a dude who's had it easy, who's never been tested, never been pushed, is going to be the kind of guy a woman wants to submit to? Fuck no. That kind of guy is a chump, and no woman wants to deal with him. So as a man, you need to suffer. And not just survive, you need to thrive in it. You need to embrace the pain. Don't let it make you a weirdo or a weakling. Let that shit forge you into the man you're supposed to be. The trauma. The struggles, that's your strength. If you've never been through hell, if you've never been tested, you're never going to reach high value status, plain and simple. When you ask me that question, I already know you ain't ready for the real answer because, let's be honest, you've probably been dodging trauma your whole life. Life ain't supposed to be easy, bro. Shit happens to everyone. Every single person walking this earth has had bad shit happen to them, and it's coming for you too. No matter how perfect you think your life is, it's inevitable. The real difference is how you handle that shit. People love talking about toxic masculinity and all that feminist bullshit, trying to turn men soft, more emotional, more feminine, thinking that's going to make the world safer. Fuck that. You take a bunch of men and tell them it's okay to act on their emotions all the time, and you'll create more monsters, not less. Real masculinity, the kind that has built civilizations, is about controlling your emotions, not being controlled by them. The truth of being a man is having the balls to face your fears and do what needs to be done regardless. Since the dawn of time, men have had to face fear and do the damn thing anyway. That's courage. You think the guys storming the beaches of Normandy weren't scared? Of course they were. But they did it anyway. That's the essence of masculinity. But now society wants to tell you, oh, you're afraid, just go ahead and act scared. It's okay to be weak now. That's some loser shit. And here's the thing, I've reached a point in life where I don't need to chase money anymore. I've got all the money I'll ever need, but I still keep grinding. You know why? Because I have to. It's in me. I'm happy as hell, but I'm not content. There's a big difference. I'm not depressed. I'm not miserable, but I'm never satisfied. That's why I'm always moving forward. There's no shortcut to becoming a real man, no cheat code, no quick fix. You can't fake that shit. If you want to be a man of distinction, you need to endure suffering. Endurance, resilience, that's the one thing you have complete control over. You can't control the weather, you can't control other people, and hell, you can't even control your health 100%. But what you can control is your state of mind. That's all on you. You decide if you're disciplined, if you're motivated, if you're going to be happy, or if you're going to stay stuck in a depressed state. That's in your head, and it's the only thing you have full control over. If you can't master that, then you're just a feather in the wind, getting blown around by life. Maybe you'll land somewhere decent, maybe you won't. But you'll never know because you ain't steering shit, you're just drifting. I was a 4-time kickboxing world champion for over a decade, 12 fucking years of grinding. I trained 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. But here's the thing, I was only motivated to train about 25% of the time. The rest, pure discipline, bro. You think life is easy for men? Nah, life is hard as fuck. It's brutal, unforgiving. And you either become a beast or get eaten alive. I can't sit here and give you some magic formula, some cheat code that lets you stay a loser and still win. That's not how this works. I can only tell you what I did. I got filthy rich. I became dangerous as hell. I got smarter than most people walking this earth, and I built a network of killers, people who no one wants to fuck with. I crafted a life where I'm damn near untouchable. And that's the only way to play in today's world. This world is so competitive now that if you're not ready to step up, you're going to be stuck in a perpetual state of depression. Let me tell you something, most of you don't have a mental disease. You're just losing. You're in a game, and you're losing because you ain't competitive enough. You don't have that dog in you. You need to fix that shit. Become a savage and start competing. And guess what? There's no shortcut. There's no easy path. It's going to be hard. It's going to suck. But the life that's waiting on the other side, that's a life worth living. I always say chess is a brilliant game because in chess, there's no luck. If you lose, it's because you made a mistake. It could have been a tiny one, something that happened 2 years ago, but it was still your mistake. So when you lose in life, understand this somewhere along the line, you fucked up, and that's on you. But the beauty of that, you learn from it. When you stop making excuses and take full responsibility for every single thing in your life, whether that's a woman leaving you, a bad business deal, or even heartbreak, that's when you unlock real power. That's when you realize mindset is everything. Your mindset is the key to winning this game. If you master that, there's nothing that can hold you back. Everything is on you. That's the real game.